Hi, I'm Paca and today we're going to make the artsy bunny pin. These pins are up on Etsy along with the pattern to make your own. The links are in the description. And here are all the materials we're going to need. Grab your canvas and let's start. Today we're going to need a canvas with 22 by 19 stitches. And the way you count it is by starting with the second hole. Start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way till 22. Next, grab the yarn. We're going to start with the most predominant color. Pinch the end of the yarn and with the eye of the needle, wiggle it between your fingers until a piece of the yarn is sticking out. Then just pull the rest of the yarn. The plastic canvas should be the same size as your pattern. So this hole represents this corner of the pattern. We are going to start with the white 2 stitches to the left and stick your needle in. Pull just until you have a little tail sticking out. Then we're going to count 4 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come up through the canvas. We are going to start with the 4 stitches between the arrows. Poke your needle through the hole diagonally across the last one, and now you have 1 stitch filled up. You will need to stitch around this bit at the back so you can secure the yarn to the canvas. After we have our 4 stitches in, it'll be easier to start with other colors. I'll just cut this end of the yarn now so it doesn't get in the way. Pull it tight and cut it. Let's do the last stitch of this row. This is it finished, and this is what the back looks like. Now I'm gonna fast forward until we're finished with the white color. I've been stitching with yarn for nearly a year now, and I must say it's so enjoyable, much more than cross stitch, at least for me, because you just feel like a kid playing with yarn, and yarn is cozy and comfortable and squishy. I love it. And yeah, I'm not addicted or anything, but yeah, you should try it. Yeah, try it. Don't you wanna stitch with yarn? You're gonna like it. Come on, be a part of the cool kids who stitch club. This type of stitch is called the continental stitch, and what is nice about it is that it leaves pockets at the back where you can pull your needle through when you're finished stitching or you're running out of yarn. To start again where you stopped, with a new piece of yarn, just run your needle through a couple stitches at the back and pull it until the end of your yarn is secured. And now let's flip our canvas and continue stitching. Oh no. I've actually made a mistake. These 2 stitches should be on this side, so I'm just gonna remove the yarn out of my needle and use it to pull the stitches out. When I finish, I'll thread my needle again and carry on stitching. I finished stitching the white part, so I'm just gonna secure the threads. And this is how it's looking. Not too bad. Now I'll just carry on stitching with the rest of the colors. These tiny pins are actually so much fun to make because you can see the results very quickly. Usually needlepoint is something that takes you a long time to do. I have a piece that actually took me a whole month and I stitched 6 hours a day. And it's big, but it took me a long time. But I'm always jumping from big pieces to small pieces. When I'm doing something small, I wish I was doing something big, and when I'm doing something big and it's not getting finished as fast as I'd like, I just wish I was doing something smaller. So I'm never happy, but it's always a good moment when I'm cross-stitching. It's just something I like to do to relax. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. I believe it's a bit like meditating because it really takes your mind off of other things. Because you have to be paying attention, but at the same time it doesn't require you to think a lot. So it's quite nice. Our last stitch and we're finished. I'm really happy with this design. She's so cute. We're going to cut around the stitch parts. So you want to make sure that you don't have any open squares, because that will make it easier to have an even border around it. This part right here, we don't need it. I'm gonna cut it. Cut, 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 cut. Now it's ready for the backing. Grab your piece of felt and your pin, squish them together and cut around it. Grab your brooch backing, put it on top of your felt, and with a pen, mark little dots on the felt. Place the end of your scissors on each dot to cut a slit. Now we're going to grab the brooch and put each end through the slits. Close it in place, and we're going to put some glue in there to prevent it from sliding around. Put some more glue on the felt, but be careful not to put it around the edges, because it'll make it easier once you're stitching around it. We are also going to put some more glue on the pin, just to make it extra secure. Let's join them. And no, we're not, because I screwed it up. So I'm just gonna cut another piece of felt. But before that, I'm gonna need to dry the glue on the back of the pin. That's nice and dry now. So I'm just gonna repeat the whole process again. And before putting the glue on, let's see if it fits. Good. Squish, squish, squish. And I'm gonna put it down now to dry for at least 2 hours. It's pretty stuck on there now, so just go ahead and grab your pointy needle, thread it with the color that you want for the border, and from the back poke your needle through the felt. And do the same through the front of the felt. This is to make sure the end of your yarn is secured inside of the pin. I'm going to whip stitch around the border, making sure my needle goes through every hole that I can see. Take your needle from the front of the plastic canvas all the way to the back of the felt. This is a repetitive process that will look better if you take your time. Around corners, stick your needle through the hole more than once. Here it will look better if I make another stitch instead of whip stitching around it. Once again, just take your time with this and guide the yarn wherever you want it to go. The yarn is getting too short, so I'm just gonna finish it right here, running the needle under a few stitches. Now just do the same to start with a new piece of yarn. Poke the needle from the inside of the felt to the back and carry on stitching the border. Just finishing these last few stitches. And we are done, baby! I hope you like it. This was the first video I shot for YouTube, so it might not be like the best video ever, but I tried, okay? So go easy on me. If you have any more questions, just leave it down in the comments. I'll check them out for sure. And also, if you have any immediate questions, just go on Instagram, DM me, I always respond. So yeah, I hope you liked it. And bye!